up recently by New York Quarterly. That was high as hell. I'll tell you about it. First, let me tell you about it. I had the opportunity to travel to Cusco, Peru, 2022. Machu Picchu was on my list of things to do, and I finally got there. And while I was in Cusco, I was in the Plaza de Armas, and that's, plazas all throughout Central South America. And there was this church that had been, a Catholic church that had been built on the Inca ruins. I went there because I like the Inca Trail, do the Maya Trail, all that stuff. And I went inside, and they said, don't take any pictures. This stuff is so old. I guess a flash would damage it or something. But in Cusco, guinea pigs are a delicacy. Guinea pigs are everywhere. From the upscale restaurants, they're on the menu. From the upscale restaurants down to the street vendors, guinea pigs, right? And so, of course, when you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do. I had to try the guinea pig because I'm vegan. And as it turns out, it has kind of like a texture like pork. I guess a flavor kind of somewhere in between. It tastes pretty good. And when I went inside that Catholic church, they had this huge mural of the Last Supper. And here's Jesus Christ surrounded by his apostles. And it had this big plate. Guess what was on that plate? A guinea pig. They take guinea pigs very serious in Cusco. And so it made me think about guinea pig, because it just destroyed my whole conception of guinea pigs. I mean, I had an idea coming from here what guinea pigs were about. So it kind of inspired this particular poem. I call it Guinea Pig Insurrection. My humanity seems subject to and defined by the whims and fears of white people. Their redneck systems of control, my textbook subject, my job prospect and fly spec pay, my shelter, the particulate matter confected air I breathe, and where I stay, a suspect, affected by teachers, church preachers, gerrymanders, or other structures, big brick walls, hard, firm, a specimen for the laboratory pretext. I'm a test rat. Betsy's vaginal surgeries, Tuskegee syphilis, the crack coke infected and man-made disease vector, and gutter mouse sequestered in a red line city, inspected, injected, dissected, and left starving as if hungry mice won't turn on one another. But even fools know that survival is nature's first rule. Hunger vexes an angry man. I don't select to pleasure those who can't be pleased and refuse to grow. Unlike Topsy, I reject and won't feign to love the minstrel shows, to bend, to stoop, to twirl. When do you see a white woman cop stop, her baby snatched from her arms, she smacked, face punched, and arrested? When do we see police pummel white mothers who ride deep and use laps as car seats because they lack elbow room for a child's seat on the way to Target? When do we see an older white woman contested and bulldog to the Winco pavement for filming deputies? When do we see highway patrolmen straddle a white woman's breast, disrespect and bash her face like an abusive husband on the I-10 off-ramp? That scene is etched so deep a lobotomy can't accept. There's no affirmative action when 1 in 3 murder victims, 9 in 10 Fulton County jail captives, and when every other unhoused face is black compared to us being 1 in 10 in the crowd. No one speaks of excess when black skin is the context. Bias is the subtext and architect of revolt. Disconnection will remain a vortex until free chlorine penetrates the cell wall, disrupts germs and contaminants from the inside, or when guinea pigs plot insurrection and murder the scientists.